この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Zoku Natsume Yuujinchou, episodes 10 and 11. This should be the penultimate Zoku Natsume reaction before we move on into season 3, aka Natsume Yuujinchou-san. Last week, we watched episodes 8 and 9, and those two episodes were focused respectively on mermaids and cherry blossoms. We met a mermaid who was a bit of a tsundere mermaid, and very like, I'm gonna eat you, but actually I care about you and want you to do well and stuff, kind of. Who had a bit of a strained relationship with a once young girl, now older woman, who took of her mermaid blood and used it to heal an older friend of hers. Turns out it wasn't actually mermaid blood, it was grape juice, and the regret thing was not a problem. But the big thematic thrust of it was around regrets and the differences between, at least the way that I interpret it, the differences between regretting taking action that you think will do something good and not taking any action at all. And in this case, well, we choose that we never ever want to regret not doing something, and I think that's pretty cool and pretty solid for Natsume. And then came the next episode, episode 9, which was about cherry blossoms and paintings. We acquired a unique but simple painting of a forest and then found a man standing in it, and then it started draining our life force and stealing our soul because it's not entirely clear, and the episode tries to make it not entirely clear whether it's like her spirit that manifests something in this painting or whether his spirit is really in the painting. We just don't know. But it ended up being a really beautiful story with a really beautiful little climactic scene where they draw all of the flowers and the petals on all of these trees and painting and branches and roots and stuff, and make it lively and alive once more so that they can visit each other. And it was really pretty. It was really beautiful. So, again, we're doing the same thing we've been doing with Natsume. Little individual stories and stuff. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of a thrust or climactic thing or finale that we're going to be building to, and even if there is, it's probably not going to hit us until next week, so we've got until probably next week to find out about that. So, let's just watch a couple more episodes of Zoku Natsume Yuujinchou and enjoy ourselves and probably have our heart ripped out of our chest and then put back and, like, healed up a little bit and made to feel wonderful, because that's what this show do. So let's do that. I'm down for more of that. I hope you are too, because that's probably what we're getting. So, I've got episode 10 of Zoku Natsume Yuujinchou up and ready to go. Its title is Temporary House, and I have no idea what that means. Great, let's do it. Two versions of the reaction, picture-in-picture version, available in the Describbledy-Doo timer up on YouTube. Beep beep timer. Cool. Cool. I wonder if we're going to do any more Natori stuff this season. Probably. Oh, okay. Okay. Starting with Reiko. Uh-huh. Because it's fun. To kill time. Okay. Oh god. Wait. That was... Huh. That was Nyanko, right? That was the Madara voice, right? Are we gonna be focused on Nyanko Madara? Nyanko and Reiko? Sweet. Sweet. Jesus. Jesus. That was a noise. What? This episode is different. Entire environment is very different feeling. Like, totally different background art style. What? It just landed there, dude. Somebody threw it at you. Okay, everything about your face is different right now, Natsume. Who, what, how, why is this episode different? What the fuck is happening? Like, am I weird in thinking there's like a massive stylistic difference in the way that Natsume was being drawn there? And also the backgrounds, and also Nyanko, and also just the direction of literally everything? Like, what is this shot of just the power lines looking up? This doesn't happen in Natsume. Who the fuck is directing this episode? What's happening? And what is this shot? What? And in no way is this like, things are wrong. Things are just different. They look different. What is happening? And that's super what? The shading style under his chin? And all of the what? We're pausing at the next scene transition. Hello, footprints? Probably. Oh, okay. It's going to your place, huh? Probably. I don't think so, buddy. I think that's a person. Or a yokai or something. Like a chalk outline. It's Gumby. It's evil Gumby come to kill you all. Okay. Hey, buddy. You drunk? Most. Yeah. Hmm. What was that cut? Hmm. Oh, something fucked with all your plants? Oh, wow. I actually believe him. Six-toed, yeah, okay. And it's invisible even to you. Okay. Yeah. I would assume that it's a yokai that Reiko has captured and wants the book. But maybe part of its binding prevents it from communicate. Why? What? This is... Okay, so it's not Nyanko. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, but what? Nope. Sure. What time to? Tell us about that other time, Shigeru. Okay. Probably right. Reiko. Reiko visited and took your yokai away. Interesting. 100%, dude. Yeah, it's pretty likely. Pretty likely, dude. Wow. This episode is like movie quality. What's happening? What is happening? No, you don't. No, you don't. Big nail on the head. Yes, it is. All right, there's our title drop intrigue. Temporary home. Yes, yes, tell me now. Tell me all the things. Tell me story. Yes. Familiar. Is that you as a child trying to get a thing out of the tree? Is that baby Shigeru? There's a yokai holding it? There is. Fox Eye. Oh, you gonna throw stones now? You guys are dickheads. Fuck yeah! That's a big no. That's a big no-no. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, you dickheads. I want to see that schmack again, though. They don't know shit. Huh. Is that? No, okay. Hmm. Oh, but she wasn't. Oh, but she wasn't. Oh my god. Cool. Yo. Oh. Yeah, fuck it. This is the place in the first ED. Huh. They're similar enough. She's not coming. Ah. You've seen the symbol before. Oh, wow. It got serious. Which is exactly what the people said as they threw the stones. It's not. Eh. Yeah, just like, oh, well. It's probably something weird. Smart. Very smart. Sure. Hmm. Talking to it. Yeah. A little more serious than that, eh? Yeah, she's dealing with something. Oh, buddy. Ah! Ah! It was all a dream, Shigeru. You saw nothing. Yeah, it just magically exploded your upstairs room. Mm-hmm. Weird. Alright. Oh, I see. Yeah. So what is this yokai? Indeed, Nyanko. Things kind of come around, don't they? How interesting. That cut. Aww. Hello. Yeah, we gotta figure out a more permanent solution. No thank you. That would be bringing pain. Yep. Oh my god, that cut! Ah, Gumby, no. Gumby, no. Oh my fuck. Nicely done, Yanko. Okay. That's a fucking asshole. Makes good sense. Oh shit. You need Shuichi, don't you? Oh, that face from Madara. Of course you will. Are you feeling ill? Don't you fuck with the family. Oh my god. Yeah, come on in, buddy. We're ready for you. Oh my god. That is the bomb. My favorite family lives here. Will Shigeru see the explodification? Yeah, that's a little obvious. Shigeru's gonna know that something is the same. He's got to, right? Oh my god, that cut! What the fuck is this episode? Uh-huh. Can I just say that this could be the best season finale? Yeah, whoops. Yep. Not if you don't see it that way. Oh. I don't know, man. Just like some shit. Yeah, totally nothing. Huh. You gotta decide whether this is a temporary home. Oh my god, he chooses to cross the threshold. Fuck yeah, Shigeru! You the homie. You the homie. Best family. Bro, dad. Big, oh, the fucking wholesome head pads coming up. Okay, okay. Why is this episode the way that it is? You keep doing what you're doing, man. Why is this one like it? Why is this episode the way that it is? Because it's like perfect. It's like actually perfect. Okay, we'll get something with Natori. Great. Wonderful. I don't I can't this doesn't it's my brain does not. My brain cannot. Like I'm looking through staff and stuff and like the studios that they handed their in-between animation to and particular people who are key animators, and I can't find anything that lines up that makes a clear case for why this episode is the way that it is. Oh, I just found something, maybe. Maybe. I found one key animator that is only listed on episode 10, and it's Tetsuya Takeuchi, which is a familiar name to me. Takeuchi's another one who's got a lot of credits on various Gainax films. And Read or Die? What the fuck? I'm sorry for getting obsessed with the more granular thing, which is like the trying to figure out the reason that this episode is so distinctly and obviously different than every other episode of Natsume so far. I'm going to do something for my own self that is stupid. I'm going to go and I'm going to open episode 11, which we may or may not watch today. It will depend entirely on whether I feel like we need the time to just discuss episode 10, because I think that the thing that we just saw is worth continuing to discuss and like maybe push off another episode for a while. I'm just going to go to episode 11, look for our first instances of it's fucking normal. It's fucking normal. It's back to normal. That's normal. Like, okay, here's the distinct thing. Look at the shape of his hair. It all moves as one, and then it's done. There's no flow to it. There's no bounce to it. There's no like, nothing. There's a little bit as he tilts his head, but it all just moves around him. It's like it's just stuck there. It's manga hair, right? Okay. Episode 10. Jump to any location. Turn head. Not manga hair. Anime hair. Shaft hair. That's what it feels like, right? Actually, a lot of the animation in this episode feels very shafty. Like the same style that's in the sequence in Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei, where the character is running through the OP and like that sort of wibbledy wobbledy style. It's also I would call it Samurai Champloo-y, in that characters warp and shift and stretch a little bit in order to create dramatic action sequences, like when Natsume runs down the stairs and around, or when he runs through the hallway, or every time, like when there's the weightiness and almost the bounciness to the first cut where he runs past camera, or literally every single shot of characters in this episode. What the fuck? Now my usual like immediate thought would be there's somebody episode directing who's way better than anybody who's episode directed an episode of Natsume before, except that the episode director directed episode 1. I'm pretty sure, right? Let me just triple check this. 1-10-13 animation director Akira Takata. Chief animation director as well. Wait. No, I don't know. It lists Akira Takata as the chief animation director for episodes 2 through 9 and episodes 11 and 12. And then it lists Tatsuo Yamada for episodes 2 through 12. So only on episode 10 and episode 1 did Akira Takata not act as chief animation director, but acted as sub-animation director to Tatsuo Yamada? And then Tatsuo Yamada himself is like massively responsible for the style of animation within all of Natsume. But then that doesn't track because that would be all throughout. And now Takata has like a lot of animation and mechanical design and action animation direction experience. So maybe it's him. Fuck. I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry to get stuck in the weeds. I want to go through this episode. This episode is fantastic. However, there's too much in it for me to jump through it in VLC. This is one of those situations, and I don't think I've had to do this for Natsume before, but I am going to take the time to remux this episode and put it in my editor so that we can go through it frame by frame as much as we want. And we're just gonna go through the entirety of this episode again, and we'll see how long that takes. And whether we want to watch another one. Like, I'm more down to watch 3 more normal episodes of Zoku Natsume and spend some extra time just talking about this one. Because this episode, like, on a thematic and narrative level, could very easily be just the season finale. Like, we could just stop here and be like, yep, we're done for this season. I don't know what's coming in the next 3 episodes, but I'd be confident just being like, well, that's a nice climactic point for the general thematic thrust of the season so far. We get this cyclical cycle of karmic, not retribution, but the opposite, like goodness that goes around and comes around from the beginning, like the kindness that in her own weird way that Reiko showed to Shigeru has obviously influenced and become a part of the kindness that is now being shown to Natsume. It's cyclical. Karmic, right? But then every bit of animation in the episode is perfection, and beyond that, it's not just doing it for its own sake. It's like it's as though they just had 3 times the time and 3 times the budget for no reason. That's why at one point I said this is like a movie quality episode, because it feels like it's got the time put into storyboarding and thinking things through that a movie episode would have, or that a movie might have. Like, this isn't an anime original episode, right? What we're dealing with isn't just, like, the lack of limitations on storyboarding, correct? Like, when you have manga panels to base your shit off of, you can't be as creative in the storyboarding process and maintain the exact, like, flow that's intended. If this episode is largely anime original, which is possible, but how it's so well written, I'm not sure. If it's anime original, then maybe they're not feeling limited by those storyboards and by like the manga into that process. I don't know if we can know. Regardless, I need to go and I'm gonna remix this episode and put it in my editor, and I'll see you in a minute to just talk about it and go through it all. Yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I've got it up. I have done the thing. Subs are a little bit wonky, and they'll continue to be just because of the remuxing process. Don't sweat it. I'm not going to sweat it too much. They should be at least lined up with where they should be in the episode, so that's fine. Okay. OP goes, and then cold open with Reiko stuff, and whatcha. That's freaking cool. And immediately we understand that this is going to be an interesting episode to kill time. Oh boy. Okay. Moving along. The actual thing is gorgeous. The transition into pop and wachow is gorgeous. Nyanko is fucking, like, looks good, which is crazy. This actual sequence we talked about a little bit, but it's, like, fun and goofy. And then every motion, like, literally every motion that Natsume makes is on point with all of the shadow and the flow and the general expressiveness. Like, we see it all in this one shot right here. We switch from Goofy Nyanko to here. He does this little heh little giggle chuckle. All of his hair, like, flows with it and drops with it, and then the air pushes it up and then it drops, right? That doesn't happen. Like, we took a moment to go and look at a different scene in another episode, and his hair all just stays where it is, and it moves with him like a manga person does. Not in this episode. In this episode, his hair is alive like a real person's. And then he does the teensiest, tiniest head shake, and it's perfect. And then we hear the whoosh in the background, and we see all of it on his face. And then he turns and it's perfect. What? Glimmer, bam, they both turn perfectly. This is hilarious. This is gorgeous. What the fuck? And then this whole sequence is amazing. Open side-eye. And then gorgeous shot composition and, like, eye for framing. Natsume looking upward toward the future and the sky and above, with tons of looking room. It's like, this is a perfectly composed shot, just basic composition-wise. Threes, right on his eye line. I'll bet if I actually overlaid this with a grid, I would have a 3 right there. And right there. Yeah, it's exactly with his eye line. And then we shake his attention downward. This shot is perfection. Again, this is like Shafty in its fluidity and type of motion. It's also super reminiscent again of the way that characters move throughout Hoshiai no Sora, where there's creation of motion, momentum, and flow within the hair and face and expressions that's not taking its basis from anything but, like, good understanding of human motion. Utterly bonkers. This whole conversation that they have here, like, just the three-dimensionality of Natsume as he does this little head shake is better than anything that has been in Natsume so far. The way that I mean, this is basically where I had to pause, but we like cut 2 legs, and this is not something that we do. They're out of step, and it feels awkward. It's like we're awkwardly staring at our feet, looking for something to say during this sequence. Not at all. And he looks down, and then that's where our camera goes for the awkward looking down during the conversation until we get another, like, oh, those oranges were good. Like, it's so awkward. They don't have anything to talk about. They both want to connect with each other, and we get that through the shots. Through the shots. Not through what they say or the expressions on their face. The shots tell the story. And the shots then lead us into the mystery of the footsteps. And he's seen this symbol before. It's this. Again, framing, composition, light, shadow. Everywhere. Nyanko, hello. Nyanko is, like, super well animated all the way through. I don't think Nyanko has ever done anything quite as, like, characterizing. It's cat-like. He's acting like a cat. He's like scratching himself. It's what? Okay, yeah, when he whips around here. I think this is one that I wrote down at a timestamp.
Toko-san.
Immediately left, right, go. And there are elements of this that are 2s, 1s, and 3s. What? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What? Pow. It's like we're watching a different show. Also, Gumby over here is the creepiest yokai we have ever had. In part just because of the way that it moves. Fuck that. Fuck that wacky wavy inflatable arm flailing tube man bullshit. I'm out. I'm not interested. It's glorious. It's truly wonderful that it is so inhuman and obviously super creepy. Also, I love the way that they've interspersed the reduction of like the shadow is removed, and so he's getting lighter as he moves out, and they're doing that on the in-between frames of each one of those frames. It works really well. Look at that. Yeah, that works super well. Woo! Oh god. And then he runs down the stairs here. And it's gorgeous. And the camera movement is way beyond what Natsume has done before. This shot is so far beyond the norm. Okay, we run into Shigeru. He's like disheveled. His hair is all mussed up because he's got bedhead. Hey. Shakety, shakety, shake. Liety, liety, lie. Fuck. Oh, yes, it must have been Yonko. Sure. And he's just like going bonkers. Foreshadowing. Moments. And then this is gorgeous. That's gorgeous. And we come to talk. Like, we have never seen this room. We have never had any inkling or indication of what Shigeru does, generally. This is super interesting. And of course, yeah, this is huge, story-wise. Also, we're totally glossing over any story elements. I know. I'm mostly fascinated in the animation on this one. Sorry. Oh, cutting to the clock is so smart. Cut to clock, tick-tock. And then that carries us into the old uninteresting story and is the cut that we come to when we come back out of it, is time passage. What time is it on the clock when we see this here? It is 9:20. Okay. We'll see. So we go into the story time. Stylistically, everything is different. But also, that like shafty vibe of the style is still there. Everything is simpler, but also not at all. And she's wonderful. They're dickheads. We really get to see what they're dealing with. This shot of this thing, this rock coming at us, is awesome. And then the instant action of grabbing the stick, whipping it around, and whacking it. Whack! The thing about this sequence is it's like, I think the sound design kills it more than anything. Whack!
遊びたいなら遊んでやってもいいわよ。
Nope. I want to go fight him. Go kill him. No, it's not worth it. This cut is glorious. And very fun. And yeah, she's a super weirdo, but also there's magic in the everywhere. Also, the craziest fucking eye catch that we have ever seen. By golly, I do not like that at all. I mean, I also do like it a lot, but also, oh god. Okay. Little pitter-patter into the place. Sitting on this landscape, the hair blowing. Simpler, but beautiful. And then strange things. Curses, coincidences, and we see exactly what she chooses to do. Because this is the home of my favorite little kid. Not a friend, because she doesn't think that she can be. Ow. Oh, also, this is how we show yokai pretty frequently, is like a shadow outside the door, right? She is to them a monster, a yokai, a shade, an apparition, an impossibility. It's fucking perfect. And of course, I'm sure I'd be happy if I lived here. It's Natsume. Takashi, who has that chance, right? That light, that place, that everything. Having this house devastated would be unpleasant. Therefore, I will do something. And away she is gone. Oh yeah. This little smear. Whoa. And then explosion, which is awesome. The shattering of the paper windows. What the hell is? Hi. Destroying the area to protect it. Cut back to the clock. All right, so it's been 45 minutes almost that we've talked. But the strange thing stopped happening. Indeed, Nyanko, like you and Reiko, so troublesome. Yeah, there's more to my being here than we even knew. This moment where he just chooses to, like, treat Nyanko like a cat, kind of for once, and just give him head pets and head pats and stuff. It's pretty fucking wholesome, and I guess it's echoed a little bit by Shigeru's reaching out for the head pats as well. There were like two major instances of physical contact between Shigeru and Natsume, something that we have never seen before, by the way. I'm fairly certain that we have never seen physical contact between Natsume and either Shigeru or Toko. I just don't think they've ever touched. I think their hands may have touched when he like passed something to one of them, and that's as close as we've gotten. But there are two distinct instances in this episode where Shigeru like intentionally reaches out to him. One during the evening when Natsume first sees the yokai and comes down, and Shigeru very clearly like reaches out, and it's awkward, but he puts his hand just like on his shoulder, just like, and then that's it. And then at the end when he gives him the head pats. Huh. Yeah, what are you up to? But no complaints, right? And then fucking Jesus Gumby, stop it. I don't like the way it moves. And suddenly it is a genuine threat. Again, we're doing these shots that are like KyoAni, depth of fieldy, runny shots. I don't understand why these are here. They're just amazing. Hello, Gumby. The way that its eyes twitch and stuff, and oh god. And oh god. And then Nyanko comes around the corner and he's just in its mouth getting nommed. Also, they use the classic car squealing sound effect. You've heard this particular sound effect. I like pointing these out. It's like this one and then the whoosh for like every fire that ever happens. Yeah, classic. Those always take me out of things. But that's okay, because we immediately turn to, oh my god, no, fuck, oh Jesus, what, no. And then the way that it, like, burgeons and bubbles out as though it's, like, absorbing his power, which I assume is what it's doing. That is the scariest yokai that we have had. Period. We get to flash the memory. My favorite little kid's home. And then the only time in the episode that we do, like, still frames for action right here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Karime. I do want to know, who is the voice actor for Karime? Okay, that's not there. Ryusaka Chijiwa. Ryusaku, sorry. Because that like little voice that he does seems familiar to me. Nope, don't see him. Don't see him anywhere. That's fine. Cool. Don't recognize him at all. Classic revenge against Reiko part of the story, but everything else and all of the trappings are so much better than the classic, you know? And then we get to it. The way his toes move. And then the actual explosion is freaky deaky. All of the hair blowing, all of the wind, all of the papers. It's gorgeous. It's really awesome looking. And then the aftermath sequence with all the little scraps of paper floating around and just continuing to float throughout their conversation and stuff. This cut as he gets up is beautiful. Why? I don't know. I don't know. It just is. Look at it. The lamp swinging. I protected this house, but you destroyed your own room to do it. I mean, if that's not thematically relevant, then I don't know what would be. Yeah. And then, oh geez. Yeah, you would normally say your friend's home. I also think, is this the first time that Natsume has, like, in his head or out loud addressed Reiko as a person? Just like, Reiko-san? I think he's never done that before. That's super interesting, too. Okay, and hi. And wait a second. Oh, it's totally nothing. Right. And again, the emotion and conveyance from facial expressions is way next level. Also, just because it's important.
まるであの時と
俺がふざけすぎてしまってすいません弁償しますすいません
And then this.
嘘をつくのかこの人たちにそれが嫌でレイコさんは僕が一人の
And then we put all of the drama on that. Choosing to enter, choosing to cross the threshold.
ここは君の家だと言った
And our hearts break. This is your home. Not temporary. How do I return this joy? This is on multiple levels the best Natsume Yuujinchou episode so far. I think like usually there's room for personal preference and room for like difference of interpretation and room to like look at something and be like, one person's animation quality is not another person's animation quality, and I don't think there's room to do that here. From what we have seen up until this point, which is, I think now it's 23 episodes, because 13 for the first season, 10 so far. We've seen 23 episodes. That's not a lot compared to what there is. Of those 23 so far, this is by far the highest quality on every level. And I don't know why. I don't understand why it's like that. Obviously, I'm not fucking complaining. I'm super thrilled by that, and absolutely looking forward to the point where we see something like that happen again. This is a gift when you're watching a show that has a pretty consistent level of quality in art and animation, and you get an episode that's so far different from everything that has come before. It's a gift to someone like me who cares about those things. Because Natsume is a show that so far has been competent in its animation, occasionally really attractive, occasionally done really beautiful scenes and moments and made them occur, like the moment where Madara picks up Natsume invisibly and we attack, right? But that's one like 5-second sequence that is built to over the course of a far less dramatic episode that just has this climactic moment to it. Every scene in this episode is more like that. What? And when we do get to the climaxes, whichever one you want to think of it as, like the moment where Natsume is taken in by the yokai and like almost eaten is pretty fucking climactic. The actual explosion in real time that seals away that yokai or exorcises it or banishes it or whatever, pretty fucking climactic. I'm just impressed. I'm just really impressed by this episode. So now we hit the awkward point where it's like, okay, I'm really impressed by this episode. I'm more impressed by the animation than the storytelling. The storytelling is good here. It's an immediate link to Reiko. We find out more about Reiko than we knew. Reiko's a person who has previously professed a like companionship with yokai because also doesn't like humans, doesn't care about humans very much. Finds a human and cares about him because he's innocent and a kid, right? That's something about Reiko. And obviously there's meta knowledge that goes into both the creation and the interpretation of this episode. We know that Reiko's grandson will end up living in this house, and that the feelings that she had, like the moment when she looks around the house and goes, this is a nice home, if I lived here I think I might be happy, it speaks to us and it means more to us than she could have ever known as a character, right? Because we see a person who is effectively a second chance at being whatever Reiko was, who has a chance with companionship and family and a home to stay at, right? And so we see how that affects Natsume and how different he is becoming because of those things. The show is essentially, like, that's a huge argument of the show, I think, is that things carry forward and kindnesses carry forward. And so, like, Reiko is an individual from the past whose actions made sense for her but have caused lots of problems for the future. And part of the reason that her actions were as multifaceted and weird and sometimes a little bit sadistic as they were is because she didn't have anyone in her life, because she couldn't. And now Natsume is on the like brink of the same struggle and realizing perhaps why she made the choices that she did, and seems to be like he's able to get love and kindness and compassion from the world despite having not told them the entire truth, and is still in that fear state of like worry about doing it. But I really hope we're building toward he tells them. It would fit so well with the previous episodes, like the mermaid episode's position on regretting not doing something. It would work so well. And we could be so certain that I think we could be, Natsume can't, but I think we can be super certain as audience members that if he were to tell Shigeru in confidence, it would be okay, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Shigeru would be like, oh, that explains a lot of mysteries that I have wondered about for my entire life. And that's weird, but okay, there are yokai out there. Dinner's ready, by the way. Come on, let's go eat. Here's your cup. Like, I think it would be all right. But Natsume doesn't know, and so he's terrified. Ah, there's so much here. Okay, now I'm in the weird position of we just watched an absolutely like beyond stellar episode of Zoku Natsume Yuujinchou, and I don't know if I want to watch a normal episode after that. I kind of just want to sit on this one. Like, I think our previous reactions to Zoku Natsume have ended up being like an hour-ish, right? Let me check. Like, I don't really care how long the videos end up being, but I just want to make sure that you feel like you're getting your time's worth, if that makes sense. Yeah, Zoku Natsume 8 and 9 was an hour and 20 minutes. Zoku Natsume 6 and 7 was an hour and 23 minutes. I think we end here. And we don't move into episode 11. Because episode 11, apparently it's going to be something with Shuichi. I don't know what. So then what do we do? Because we were in a perfect place where we would have done 10, 11, 12, 13, and been set. Okay, I was trying to find like a non-spoilery way of trying to figure out if any of the last 3 episodes are like multi-parters. I don't know. You know what? I'm actually cool with watching another episode. I don't really have anything to do right now. I don't mind. We're gonna watch another one. We'll do as we said we would. That way we don't screw up our timeline for the future. I'd be willing to screw up the timeline for the future just leave this episode be. If anything, we might not have like the craziest best analysis of the next one, but I have a feeling that's not going to be super hyper necessary because we did look at it and it's not like this one. So I'm going to close my editor and switch everything back over, take a little bit of a breaky thingy, grab some water, do a sinky thingy, and we'll come back and we'll just watch one more episode. We'll watch episode 11 of Zoku Natsume, and we'll see how it is. Okay? Okay. Hopefully that works for y'all, and it ends up being a good balance between, like, enough stuff and good quality discussions and things, okay? Because I'm down to watch another one. I don't feel like stopping now. All right, I will take a breaky thingy, do a sinky thingy, and be back in a moment. Peace. All right, we are good to go for episode 11 of Zoku Natsume Yuujinchou. Let's just do it. Beep beep timer. Another day. Hey, shopping. No sweat, do that. Yeah, we're in the normal stuff now. That hair don't move. Okay, thematically relevant. Okay. Look at the completely different trees and how completely different they are. Oh, that's a, oh, nothing. Just a dying dark-winged angel creature. Tengu? Bye. Oh, fuck. Hair not moving. Nothing moving. Hello, buddy. What is chasing you? I thought so. Fuck that. Oh, hi. Oh, right, Shuichi. He's gonna be around. Fuck, we couldn't do anything. Oh, that's not a fun start to an episode. Meeting of Are we gonna see that place with where we saw the people? Sure. I don't trust you, but I never trust you, and you're always all right. Sometimes. Might have known Reiko too. Sure. Can you ignore the others with power? Ooh. More like me. We can meet other ones? There are others. That's the question. Oh, he just wants to give back. Ooh, it's not gonna be that way though. Haha. Aha. Aha. Oh, hello. Thank you, little one. Oh. Oh, I love you. You are my favorite ever. Holy shit. Meow. Meow. Oh, we can't see him anymore. Hi. Oh. Cool. Yeah, no, that's a lie. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Herding cats. Got it. Yeah. What's up? Huh? So, what? Yeah, no. Does she think? Oh. Ah, that makes sense. Great. Uh-huh. Yeah. Does he have the book on him? Oh, he's still here. Yeah, fuck yeah, Sproing. I don't know that yokai's name, but I'm gonna call him Sproing. That's a lot of pee. Oh. How many are yokai? How many are sorcerers? Almost? Whoa. You can't tell the difference? Whoa. Are you big or is this forced perspective? All as one. But you choose the other side, loving all, right? Right? Maybe. Not quite. Quite close, though. You don't know. You don't know. Hi. That's pretty fair. Yeah, he's too well known. Yeah, I thought so. We've got standing, huh? You're known. And yeah, it's kind of hard to hide the lizard thing. Oh my. Indeed. Hey, he's right. That's very odd and particular thing to say. Okay, I don't know who that is. It's just that she looks exactly like a character from Chihayafuru. Where do I know Matoba? Yep, instant recognition. A legend, eh? She's dead. Unknown, I believe. Holy shit, what is happening? Yeah, you never thought you could ask anybody, right? Yeah, no. But I would not trust it. I super double triple do not trust this. Nope. 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 Nani? Bounties? Do they work off a bounty system of some kind? Oh. We've had good luck with that before. Okay. I feel ya. Is Matoba a Fate family? I don't think so. Whoa, he didn't know at all? Well, don't tell him about the book, because that could go weird places. It will eventually, but... No. No. Oh, hello. Oh, it's a bounty board. Isn't it? But... That's 3 on things I can do. Okay. Okay. Well, that worked. Oh, shit. The... Well, he's used to thinking about particular yokai and attaching them to names on paper, you know? Oh, fuck, it's masquerading? Oh. Oh. Fuck yeah, Hiragi. Hey, that's cool. Like being lost in a crowd. Yeah, he's gotta sense it. It's already gotten one. It's already gotten someone. Fucking hell. Oh, okay. Didn't get anyone. She stabbed it. Natori smiles. Interesting. You idiot. Only the left arm, eh? The protected arm. That is some power. Oh my god. Oh, he's fine. Cool. Holy shit. Yeah, everybody's like, who is this new kid? Yeah. Yeah. Who the fuck is that? Yeah. We got that juice. Nah. This just became very interesting. Now we just need to lead it here. That's not the seeing circle, though, right? Whoa. Oh. Defender of Darkness. That's freaking cool. Yeah, dodging out of this. Whoa. Seal that shit up? Okay. Woo. Well fucking played, everybody. And you too, Nyanko. Celebrate. Sure, man. It definitely. Something I can do. Yeah. Yeah, but... Hey, a little bit of wisdom. I see. Uh-huh. Fuck you. Oh, now you fucked up. Well, we're suddenly on the outs with the most powerful... What? We've heard that before. You're wrong. You're just wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Everything. Rather not. Don't want your blood money. Fuck you. Nope. There's a dark side. Was Notori aware? Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way, does it? It's not. You're different. You're different. Fuck. They definitely should not. Oh. Good. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you weren't talking about the A, please no. No, I would like to know if you were aware of that situation, Notori. It seems like you might not have been, but... Hey, Spring! Yeah, thanks, Hiragi. I don't want it. I actually don't want it. Sure. Did you know? I believe that at one point... Why do I feel like that's a lead-in for 1213? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. A lot. And yourself. Yeah. Yeah. You already are, but you can get stronger. Is he leaving? Like leaving? Nani? Or is he just going to school? He's just going to school, right? Looks a lot like that crow, huh? Excuse me? You telling me that was a different thing? The axe thrower was a different thing? Shit, fuck, God, shit, fuck, God, oh God, no. Well, cool. That's new. Oh. Oh, that kid matters. Oh, I was wondering why that kid looks so weird. I guess maybe that axe sharpening yokai wasn't after Natsume, but is after that kid instead? That's entirely possible. It's not the same axe, though, right? It's a big cleaver, isn't it? It is. It's a big old cleaver. Maybe it's meant to be the same axe. I don't fucking know. It was in a previous episode. Who knows? It's possible either way. Shit. So there's a kid named Kai, and we're gonna do something about that. Okay, sure. Yeah, great. This episode was a bit of a trip. The reason that I immediately disliked Nanase, Chihaya Furu, Shinobu's grandmother. This is Shinobu's grandmother from Chihaya Furu. Looks a lot like her. Not the most likable character in Chihaya Furu. So immediately I got those vibes from that lady and was just like, no, I don't trust it. I don't trust any of it. It's too good to be true. Just a little bit. Okay, this is a much simpler episode, and also very complicated. It's about power and Natsume specifically seeking something that he can do. This is a much more classic shonen-y motivation than we normally get in Natsume, but the desire to be useful has been a core of his persona from the beginning. That said, attempts to be useful in directions that you do not entirely understand can be a bad idea. Things I like in this episode: Sproink, or Sproing. He's super cute. I like him a lot. The vibe of this whole place filled with yokai and sorcerers is fascinating. I got pretty solidly good vibes from Shuichi over the course of this episode. Not tell him everything about the Book of Friends vibes, but pretty okay vibes from him in particular. Except for the moment when he talks about his lizard never goes on his left leg and he doesn't know why. Okay, I'm intrigued by that. Not sure. And we introduce this character, and she is not trustworthy. As soon as we put on the mask, which is helpful. Yeah, you said you'd bring a new acquaintance, so I came to see him. Saw something interesting, so we already left. And she's just like looking at Nyanko, probably instigating his power or something, I don't know. And Natsume. Does that mean? And we go stark black, no background, weird uses of negative space, very strange things. Curiosity. But it's not compassionate curiosity or like anything. It's the intrigue of someone who might have something to gain from this knowledge. I don't like it. Same with characters now reaching out for and touching Natsume. It's very different from the previous episode where we got the most wholesome of touch from Shigeru. When she reaches out and touches his face, it's an intrusion, and I find even the same when Natori does the same. Maybe that's just me inserting my own not okay with the creepies here, but I don't know. Okay, it's strong. There's a reward. Have this pot. Thanks. No ulterior motive there. I do think the environments of this whole place are pretty freaking dope. I also think that the animation all throughout the episode is very basic compared to what we had in the previous episode. And I particularly want to move along toward the big chase sequence, which is pretty neat. I admit, I think this chase sequence is pretty freaking neat. It's cool. However, it's also very simple. Running down hallway. Simple shot, hair not moving, clothes not moving really. Simple multi-frame loop. Now, we have some fun with Nyanko being a goofy goober, but mostly the shots are pretty simple, and we're using camera tricks to make everything feel actiony, like the big spinny thing, and moving down this hallway is pretty fucking cool, I'll admit. There's a pretty cool shot. For an FPOV of, like, pushing people out of the way, yeah. That's pretty neat. But that's a lot simpler, and most of the rest is a lot simpler. Just vibing out where the bad guy is pretty dope. And then it appears, and it is genuinely fucking horrifying. He, of course, jumps in front of Hiragi because he always does something like that. Gets chomped on the arm. That she just ends up writing the thing. It's a nice coincidence. I don't mind it. And some dope action-y stuff. The rear up, the pounce, and then it just tumbles and topples like a gigantic, horrifying bowling ball, and then zooms off on its own. That's pretty crazy cool. That's some pretty neat stuff. Okay, we go. She's like, hey, go after it. Get it done. We do the spirit thing. It grabs it, and I love the way that it's like, I don't know. I mean, it would be the skin dentation tag, but in a much less, not that way kind of way, you know? Woof. All right, and then we seal it. It's over. Glorious. Okay, as they are moving, you are a huge help. Great, great, great. Don't know why you're in such a rush, but take some time and get to know yourself. And then it sprouts wings and flies away, at which point we run after it, and...
七瀬さん悪いがこれはお見事七瀬さん
ありがとうを知ることだよ
お見事
I straight up cannot tell if it's not Natsume or Shuichi saying that.
悪いがこれはもらっとくよ
どういうことです。
強い意識もらっとくよ
どういうことです。
強い意識
No, it is. It's Shuichi, isn't it? So he was not aware.
にはめ餌にしてだよ
妖怪を
Yeah, okay. And we have our big reveal. This is also like the first time we've had like a defiant Natsume. He hasn't had a reason to be this way, right? Struggling and pushing towards something, sure, but defiant? I don't know. And then the way that Nyanko's just looking at him from giving him a little side eye. Yeah, what's wrong with using a monster to help people? Well, a lot. Everything. This sucks. Like, we get so close to potentially having some people or a place where we feel like we could belong in that they're similar to us. But what we realize is the ability to see yokai is not... It is necessary, but it is not sufficient to have compassion for yokai, right? Like, we've talked before that Natsume is unique-ish because he is actually capable of being a bridge between worlds, but that is not sufficient. That is necessary, but not sufficient. Being able to see them doesn't mean you want to help them. You have to have that inside yourself, and Natsume does, and Nanase does not, and we can assume that the Matoba family does not. Ooh, I wonder how deep the conflict between sorcerers, if we call them that, goes in this world. I really wonder. And we have our setup for the next episode, and I assume what might be like a two-party thing because we're setting it up already. And we also show Natori actually having compassion for Hiragi. Sorry, we have another job. I cannot let you rest. I wish that I could, right? That actually means something. It's a little bit more of a connection than he maybe had before, and that's kind of cool. Maybe we're rubbing off on him a little bit. It's also nice that Natsume got some props, you know? Got a little bit of respect from some random sorcerers who were like, who the fuck is that? And why does he have a giant wolf companion, friendo? And how did he punch that gigantic face skull that all of us are having trouble dealing with and just punch it through 4 walls? I don't know. He seems pretty neat. I'm still very worried about ever letting Natori Shuichi know about the Book of Friends. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that becomes an issue. It would really suck if we not only had a constant stream of yokai trying to steal our precious artifact, but also a stream of rival sorcerers or supernatural humans who have like entrenched socio-political power and also want this artifact. That would suck. That would be very bad. Not fun. But we'll have to wait and see if that's what's going on. Okay, I am glad that I watched this second episode. This was good. This was solid. I enjoyed it. Definitely not as much as episode 10, but that's okay. Wasn't expecting to. I think we're going to wrap there. So let's wrap there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been 10 and 11 of Zoku Natsume. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week for 12 and 13. See you there. Peace. Boom. I need to know who's episode directing now. I don't normally do this. I'm sorry. I need to know who's episode directing now, or it's gonna fuck with me. Like, what is happening on this episode of Zoku Natsume? What? ANN Zoku Natsume. What? Episode 10. Okay, script Mayuri Sekijima 1810, great. Isamu Imakake, storyboard 10 and 12. Episode director Isamu Imakake, episode 10. Only episode that he's directed. Great. What? Key animation and set design on Cowboy Bebop and movie. Multiple Lupin's animation director. What the fuck? Character design and key animation on Evangelion and all the way through. Key animation on Otaku no Video. He worked at Gainax for a bit. Okay, Nadia. 11 episodes of Nadia, Secret of Blue Water key animated. Okay. Not that many direction. What is happening? Zoku Natsume episode 3, episode 10 style shift. Okay, I can't find anything specific. Let's do something weird now that we're in pause space. Like, nothing has dramatically happened in this episode yet. But I want to just look at a few things, because there have been more than a few episodes where we have opened on like Natsume and Nyanko in a forest, right? We do that a lot. We do that pretty frequently, and none of them look like this. So I just want to take a look at this and then go back to any other episode and look at the way that scene looks. Out of tree, almost fun animation, like that doesn't happen in this show. And then we see his face, and he is so detailed. And more importantly, there are all of these subtleties to his expressions as he like looks down. And all of the shading on his, especially this line of shadow on his chin, is different than it usually is. It's just different. This is not the way that Nyanko jokes are done, but sure, stylistically, fucking with Nyanko is fun. Return to Natsume. Gentle, careful expressions. Look at the way he like has that little mini shake of his head. And his hair. And then his hair blows, and we hear and feel the noise of the whoosh. And we see it in his eyes, in his pupils. We see the surprise. Look, that's before surprise, that's after. We see the contraction of his pupils. And then as he turns, we get more expressiveness from him. And then there's the shadow created by his hood on his chin as well. What? Okay, and then we see this tree environment, and it's all painted completely differently than any background landscape that we've had in Natsume before, and it moves in ways that do not exist in Natsume. Their freak out is completely different than anything we've seen in Natsume. The little moment where they turn super fast is perfectly comedically timed and also well animated to make the like flow of his hair feel like it hits and then like shakes and then falls to rest. And then this is beautiful in its own weird way. And then this shot, like every time we see his face, it's so much better than it has literally ever been, except in the climactic scenes where he does the, which are reusables, right? Those are reusable shots that get used every episode almost. So obviously more detail in them because they're going to get reused. But we're doing that level of quality on everything. There's like a slight rough sketchiness to it all, where like the lines of his eyes are a little bit sketchier, but honestly that creates more depth and detail sometimes, and it works here. What the fuck is going on, and who is responsible for this? So far, this episode is the best looking of Natsume Yuujinchou. What? Just randomly. And staff doesn't account for that, really. Like, it might, but what? Like, what? Okay, great. We move from there, and then there's this, and then there's the more expressiveness. The way that their eyes like widen and then turn to the side eye. What? And the way we do these blowing trees? Okay, open on school. 2 weird establishing shots. Establishing shot of school, and then this. This would never happen. And then we reverse the shot to the top of the line so that we're looking down into Natsume from where he was looking before. Like, this is thoughtful? This is thoughtfully directed. Like, wait, what? I'm sorry to be geeking out about this, but I think this episode is kind of geek-worthy. Even this sequence, which is just a classic side bobble shot, right, is done better. Like, the way that his hair sways horizontally as well as vertically, you don't always get that. Okay, we see him. He leaves through a depth of field shot. This is like the animation style that we got in Hoshiai no Sora, rest in peace, that show. But it's got that odd fluidity to it that's not, it's not like upping frame rates or anything, or like interpolating or doing better in-betweening. It's that somebody did this, essentially doing what what's-his-face would call full limited. Somebody just key animated all the way through and didn't give this to a tweener. Like, this cut, as he runs here, and his hair goes flow, and then bounces with every step. An in-betweener didn't do this. A key animator key animated this all the way through as he runs into, like, and through frame. What the fuck? Even the boys are fucking detailed. And then we have this shot looking away, which is totally different too. Like, this is simplified, but a different type of simplified than we normally do. What the fuck? And then as we're walking, like, he shakes his head, and it's perfect. All of the hair follows it all, and the shadow under his chin is perfection, and it all creates the three-dimensionality that I've been geeking out about during Tamako Market. Right? Like, that facial three-dimensionality is occurring in this episode of Zoku Natsume Yuujinchou, and it has not been there before. I need an explanation. I require an explanation. Who is responsible for this? Did they change an art director? What happened? Maybe. Animation director Akira Takata, episodes 1, 10, and 13. He's also the CAD for 2 through 9 and 11 and 12. But that doesn't explain this. Okay, but we're still going to do the thing that I was talking about before. This is episode 10. Great. This doesn't quite start with a forest or anything, but similar in that we start with like staring up at the sky and power lines and stuff. Great. Shot of Natsume, not as detailed. Lack of shadow right here. Okay. Different line art style completely, right? The whole line art style for all of his face, completely different. The flow in his hair is non-existent. It's not there. When he turns here, it's jerky. Click, 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 click. Right? It's not flowing together. Expressiveness, half. Now he's got the little cheek shadow there, but it's not as detailed. It doesn't appear from his scarf on his chin where it would. And then compare the difference in like, this is the dramatic reveal versus the dramatic whoosh and reveal. Oh, a couple leaves blew by and expressive nothing and hello. Then we just pull out from there. They're not as expressive. He's not as expressive. The movement's not as expressive. None of it is. None of it's anywhere close. Hair, not on point. Like, all of what we're looking at right now is not bad. It's fine. I'm just trying to make it clear that there's a reason that I'm immediately going, what the fuck is happening in this episode? Because it's super different. Okay, I'm very impressed with this episode so far. I have no explanation for why, but so far, I think this is the best animated episode of Natsume Yuujinchou we've had so far, and I would love to know why that's happening. Because it is immensely different. Okay, we're going back to here so that I can just edit this all together for the timer version, but what? Let's just watch.
たまには一緒に帰ろうかと思ったが邪魔したかな。
いえ、そんなことは。
そうだ